Hello, what's up, my YouTube nation? It's Legendary Justin, and we're back with another talk show with Legendary Justin. Today we're doing a CBS News article. Mike Pence promises to hold Russia accountable. Also, please like, subscribe, and comment. Make sure you subscribe to my Patreon, which is patreon.com/legendaryjustin, and try to donate a few dollars every month. That would really help my channel out. So let's get on to the article. So it was updated February 18th at 9:18 p.m. Eastern Time. So in Munich, Vice President Mike Pence vowed Saturday that the United States will hold Russia accountable, even as President Trump searches for new common ground with Moscow at the start of his presidency. Today in the Trump administration, February 18th, 2017, Pence, in an address to the Munich Security Conference, also offered assurances to the European allies that the United States strongly supports NATO. He said that the United States would be unwavering in its commitment to transatlantic institutions like NATO. In his first overseas trip as vice president, Pence sought to calm nervous European allies who remain concerned about Russian aggression and have been alarmed by Mr. Trump's positive statements about Russian President Vladimir Putin. The address to foreign diplomats and security officials also sought to reassure international partners who worry that Mr. Trump may pursue isolationist tendencies. Pence said that the United States would demand that Russia honor a 2015 peace deal agreed upon in Minsk, Belarus, to end violence in eastern Ukraine between the government forces and Russian-backed separatists. Know this: the United States will continue to hold Russia accountable even as we search for new common ground, which as you know, President Trump believes can be found, Pence says. And then the caption for the photo: Vice President Mike Pence walks with members of his delegation ahead of bilateral talks during the 53rd Munich Security Conference in Munich, Germany, February 18, 2017. And those are probably actually security guards, but they say that they are a member of his delegation, but there are also probably some security guards in the background. Pence met afterward with German Chancellor Angela Merkel, who addressed the conference just before the Vice President Merkel stressed the need to maintain international alliances and told the audience, with Pence seated a few feet away, that NATO is in the American interest. European countries along Russia's border are rattled by the prospect of deeper United States-Russia ties after Mr. Trump suggested sanctions imposed after Russia's annexation of Crimea could be eased in exchange for a nuclear weapons deal, and after the president referred to NATO as obsolete in an interview before his inauguration. Mr. Trump has since tempered his language, stressing the importance of the NATO alliance during his telephone conversations with foreign leaders. There's the picture of Donald Trump. Pence also scheduled meetings Saturday with the leaders of the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, and with Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko, countries dealing with the threat of Russian incursion. Pence also planned to meet the Turkish Prime Minister Binali Yildirim. The visit, which includes a stop in Brussels on Sunday and Monday, comes amid worries in Europe about Russian aggression, Mr. Trump's relationship with Putin, and whether the new president may promote isolationist tendencies through his quote-unquote America First mantra. The vice president has sent reassuring messages through his own engagement, but that hasn't been enough to dispel the concerns that you see in many parts of Europe, says Jeff Rathke, a senior fellow with the Center for Strategic and International Studies. There are such grave challenges that the United States and Europe faces that it only heightens for desire for additional clarity from Washington. Pence's stature within the administration was also under scrutiny because of the recent dismissal of Mr. Trump's national security advisor, which is retired General Michael Flynn. Flynn was forced to resign Monday following reports that he had misled Pence about contacts with a Russian diplomat. The vice president learned that he had been misled through media accounts about 2 weeks after the president was informed. After Flynn's ouster, Mr. Trump has had trouble finding a replacement. Retired Vice Admiral Robert Harward turned down the post after the White House rejected Harward's request to hire his own staff. CBS Chief White House Correspondent Major Garrett reported this week. They should have just accepted that he wanted his own staff. To be honest, I'd be like, yeah, Mr. Trump, I need my own staff. Mr. Trump would probably be like, yeah, sure, you can have your own staff. Why not? CBS News has learned former CIA Director David Petraeus is no longer being considered for the position. One other candidate is Mr. Trump's acting national security advisor, which is Keith Kellogg. You know, like Kellogg cereal? Yeah. Hilarious. On Saturday, Mr. Trump was focused on his thank you rally in Melbourne, Florida. I think rallies are really cool. I went to a few. Some 3 months after the election. CBS News correspondent Manuel reports he said the crowds are expected to be massive. Pence is expected to meet with the leaders of Iraq and Afghanistan, where the U.S. is embroiled in 2 separate wars. Mr. Trump has made clear his intention to defeat the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, or also known as ISIS. But he also said the United States may get a second chance to take Iraqi oil as compensation for its efforts in the war-torn country, a notion rebuffed by Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi, who will be meeting with the vice president. I do think that Donald Trump should take the oil. You know, if we're going to spend billions and billions of dollars in Iraq and Syria and all these other countries like Afghanistan and stuff like that, we need to take the money. We need to take the oil. Let's do it. They're not paying us, so we need to take the oil. Mr. Trump's immigration and refugee ban has ruffled feathers with a number of Muslim-majority countries affected by the order currently tied up in court, including Iraq, a close ally in the fight against ISIS. To be honest, I think that we should not be allies with Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, any of the countries in the Middle East. We should be against them or just be neutral with them. We should not be allies with them because we should not be involved in the Middle East, is what I think. If we are, let's take the oil, but I don't think we should be involved in the Middle East. We should just protect our own country and also, solve other actual wars, but not the Middle East, other wars. In Munich, the American allies were searching for clues from Pence as to how the Trump administration plans to deal with Russia in the aftermath of Flynn's departure. U.S. inquiries into Russia's involvement in the presidential election and Mr. Trump's past praise for Putin. This is the end of the article. In his remarks, Pence also reinforced the Trump administration's message that NATO members must spend more on defense. This is very, 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 very crucial. The reason this is crucial is we protect all these countries like Germany and Japan and stuff like that, and they don't pay us enough money. And also, there's countries that don't pay enough. Let me read for you guys. NATO's 28 member countries committed in 2014 to spending 2% of their gross domestic product on defense within a decade, but only the United States and 4 others of the post-World War II military coalition are meeting the standard, Pence said. I think it should be 5 to 10%. 2% is nothing. We should be spending at least 5%. If we spent 5%, every country, we could easily protect them. We wouldn't be protecting countries we don't have to. We would be protecting countries that are, having problems because their countries taking over and trying to screw over all their people. We're not going to end everyone's war, but if there's a certain country that needs our help and they're not that bad, they're democratic, or at least they're manageable, then we should help them out. But 2% budget is not very good. But only the United States and 4 other members of the post-World War II military coalition are meeting the standard, Pence said. So only 4 other countries are meeting the standard. This is terrible. Failure to meet the commitment, he said, erodes the very foundation of our alliance. All right, here we go. Let me be clear to this point. The President of the United States expects our allies to keep their word, to fulfill this commitment, and foremost, this means time has come to do more, Pence said. And then I like how it does the copyright. CBS, this is our material. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten, or redistributed. The Associated Press contributed to this report. Well, too bad about your copyright, CBS. I made a video about your little article, so you're gonna have to deal with it. So what do I think about the article overall? Well, first of all, let's talk about the top, which is about, Mike Pence basically trying to hold, Mike Pence wanting to hold Russia accountable. Well, Donald Trump and Pence, they're neutral, like they're not like really best buddies, but they're kind of more like friends. Not the greatest friends, but they're kind of like friends, but not enemies, obviously. Mike Pence, tries to like follow America, and like he's trying to say, oh yeah, we're gonna take over, we're gonna take care of Russia, and we're gonna like try to hold them back. But anyways, the thing about that is whatever Trump wants, Pence is gonna have to do. So if Trump doesn't want Pence to like put sanctions on Russia, it's not gonna happen. And if Trump wants Pence to go over there and fix ties with Russia, Pence will have to go to Russia or wherever and solve the problem. Then let's talk about about the NATO thing. The NATO thing. Countries do need to pay their fair share. They will start paying their fair share. They're gonna pay for their own defense. And then also, and the thing about General Michael Flynn, I do agree that General Michael Flynn should be fired. I mean, I don't think he should be like thrown in prison like forever, but I think we should look at it a little bit. Maybe, charge him here or there. If there's anything we can charge him on, I don't know. But I don't think we should have to like throw him in prison forever or like give him that long of a sentence. Let's just, see if he did anything wrong. If he didn't, then just leave him alone. If he did something slightly wrong, just give him a serious warning or take away some of his honors or something like that. Or just penalize him with a fine, something like that. But he did get fired, so he knows that he's in trouble right now. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how you guys feel on these articles. Like, if you guys feel a different way from me, it's fine. Let me know in the comment section. If I agree or disagree, it won't matter. I'll just, you'll know if I agree or disagree by what I said in this video. But thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Subscribe to my Patreon, which is Patreon, YouTube, Legendary Justin, or patreon.com/legendaryjustin. Thank you for watching, and peace. I like a little